Hello, Player One. Welcome to the Gaming History Club. My name is Gabby.
Hello, I'm JP, and we welcome back Brad. Good morning, Brad.
Morning, guys.
You back?
I'm back.
After a whole year, Brad found some time in his busy schedule to see his good old friends again for What Happened 2024.
Very exciting. I'm glad. Thanks for asking me back, guys.
Yeah, most welcome.
We don't get to see you often enough because you've been playing Baldur's Gate 3 for 300 hours now, I believe.
Yeah, about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been amazing. I've been loving it.
So if you want to hear more about Brad playing Baldur's Gate 3 for 300 hours and what happened in 2024, let's kick straight into it.
So we're approaching 2025. What was your 2024 moments, guys?
So my favorite moment by like a large distance, right? Truly my favorite moment of 2024 almost cannot be included because it's kind of like it happened on, I think, December 23rd of 2023. But it did happen, I think, after we recorded what happened last year around, okay? So it's been on my mind this entire time, right? And this is Willis Gibson beating Tetris, metaphorically speaking.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, right. So he was 13 at the time, I believe. He's celebrating his birthday soon in January. So happy birthday, just before, that happens as well. Woohoo. And so he beat Tetris metaphorically. So for the classic NES version, because technically the game doesn't stop at any point. Like it just keeps on getting harder and harder and harder. Okay. Technically, you can't play it like a normal person. You have to have special techniques. So he uses the one that I believe is the fastest, but also one of the most difficult, the rolling technique it's called.
Okay.
Yeah, and it holds the pad in like kind of a weird way. I believe like he uses his leg and his knee and his foot or something. I don't quite remember. And he like taps the pad in like a quick way. So to get the pieces to move, because it's happening also quick in Tetris, right?
Yeah.
Right, yeah. And he kind of beat Tetris by like crashing the game. Like, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like there is no block that can go down anymore because it's already
Right.
like so many of them.
What's an absolute legend. And that's like, in the 34 years, I believe in 1984, like the game was made. And released in 1985 or something like that. I can't remember exactly, but around that time. And and loads of people said well done to him. Obviously, the creators of Tetris did, yeah. But you know what happened? Do you know what happened?
Go on.
Sky News had to ruin it.
Oh no.
Yeah, Sky News. Our
Wow,
own,
what have they done?
our own Sky News, right? So there was this. I'm not gonna like say any names, right? But there was like this.
News anchor, yeah.
There was a news anchor lady, and she was like, kind of like rolling her eyes and saying like, "Oh yeah." And as a mother, can I just say, now it's time to go outside and touch grass?
Oh wow. Oh, so she was like putting down his achievement, yeah?
Yeah.
Wow.
And this, my friend, is just something to remember, though. Yeah. Like some people make the news, other people just read them.
Yeah.
And that's all I've got to say about that one. And that was, in a nutshell, my favorite moment of 2024, even though it kind of just happened after what happened 2023.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Bled through into the new year. Like you say, it's happened since we did last year's episode.
Yeah.
Awesome.
What about you, Brad?
Well, I have something very interesting that's happened fairly recently, which was Concord. Have you heard of this game? I'm not sure. I don't think many people.
I feel like there's a
heard about it.
brief 2 weeks within 2024 that was a thing in my brain.
2 weeks is exactly right, yeah. So for anyone who missed it, Concord was a live-action, live service shooter game.
Yeah.
Was a live service shooter game?
Was indeed.
Whatever do you mean, Brad?
Because it was released on the 23rd of August and then shut down on the 6th. Two weeks later, it had so few players that they just shut the game down, gave everyone refunds, and that was it.
So that's why it's a was, because
That's why it's a was.
dead,
It's dead
basically.
already, yes.
And
Yeah.
this, my friend, is why they don't want us to be able to play online-only games after they get shut down. This is why they don't want us to have preservation, because they want to erase their mistakes from history. But we are the Gaming History Club.
Ah, yes. So we've taken note forever. But yeah, a maximum of 697 concurrent players, that's it.
Wow.
So
So
less than 1,000 people, that's the max at one time playing. There was
Wow,
nobody on
okay.
the game.
Wow.
That's
That's
not
crazy.
good though.
Wild.
Yeah.
Although to be honest with you, if I have a game that's live service and then there's like 100 people, I'm gonna be really happy already. To be honest, so,
They get eaten up. So it's the time between matchmaking that takes longer, the less people you have.
right. I see. How long did this game take to make actually?
It was about 8 years.
And how
Yeah.
much?
So they didn't. It took a long time to
And how
make.
much did it cost? I wonder.
Their estimates vary a lot.
Of course they do.
But
But what's the low ball figure?
the low ball is about $100 million.
Oh my god,
And
that's
then the
not
higher
funny.
up is
Wow.
about 3 million.
You know what?
So-
They could give us free $100 million. We'll make a game that people want to play at
Wow.
least. Let me tell you.
The podcast would be incredible on such a budget.
If you give me $100 million, I'll make you 10 games everyone wants to play.
Whoa,
Oh my god.
you heard
Okay,
it
probably
here,
not.
everyone.
Yeah,
We're taking offers.
I hope we are actually.
Cool, thank you, Brad. So that's a really good moment.
Yeah.
Well,
just,
I mean, I wouldn't call it
it wasn't
good.
great.
It wasn't.
I've
yeah.
come in for the second year with bad news, actually, now that
Yeah.
I think about it. Because
Down
I
a
had
Brad.
Suicide Squad last year.
No.
Actually, not only Suicide Squad. We also talked about the day before last year.
Which also shut down very early as well.
Exactly. What was it? I believe like 4 days.
Yeah, and
so-
then that was it. So I actually did better than Concord. So you know what? I take it all back. Concord, great game. Well done, everyone.
2 weeks. At least it's 2 weeks,
2 weeks,
right?
that's a long time.
That's what we call a
Time when
long
you think about
time
it.
in 2024. Times have become desperate for video games.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Well, I guess fair to say that was the biggest downer moment about Concord for this year.
Yeah, I think so, yes. Yeah.
Well, okay, if that's the biggest downer moment, I have the holiest moment of 2024.
Oh, this reminds me of the Worms Holy Grenade. Do you remember the Holy
oh,
Grenade?
the Holy Hand Grenade.
yeah. Can we call this the Holy Hand Grenade moment?
I mean, sure.
Nice. Come on, let's do
Nice,
it.
excellent.
So here goes. There was a person called Carlo Acutis. I don't actually know how to pronounce his name, by the way. Is it Acutis? Acutis?
Where was he from?
Acutis.
Where was he born? Do we remember?
He was actually born in London in 1991 and he moved to Italy afterwards.
Ah, okay. So we
Okay.
yeah. So I'm not willing to guess like what language that last name is,
Yeah,
but I could imagine like we'll just go with Akutas.
Acutis.
Yeah,
okay.
just to be
yeah.
neutral about it, even though
There-
that might
there
not
you
be
go.
right. Yeah.
He was a teenager known for his love of technology and video games like Pokemon and Halo.
Nice.
Awesome.
So, Carlo used his tech skills to build websites cataloging Eucharistic miracles and created digital tools for religious purposes,
Okay.
which was awesome, definitely. So, despite his battle with leukemia, he maintained his devotion and requested to be buried in Assisi, the home of Saint Francis. So, after his death in 2006 at age 15, so he was
Oh, he
really
was
young,
Yeah.
really, really young, his legacy inspired many, earning him the title of patron saint of the internet and the first millennial saint.
Okay.
And this is why he's the
Yeah.
gamer saint. Okay.
Yeah,
Ah,
exactly.
Okay. This is why it's such a holy.
It's the holy event of 2024. So I think that's really cool. He was beatified in 2020 after the church verified a miracle attributed to his intercession. So if you don't know what beatification is, it's a significant step in the Catholic Church sainthood process. So it's just the start of how you
okay.
are made a saint. Yeah.
Interesting.
I believe, yeah, you have proven miracles have to take place
Exactly.
for it. Yes.
Yeah. Such a holy story for this year, isn't it? No, we're not becoming religious podcast. Don't worry about that.
No, of course not.
This is
No.
still
It's very interesting.
We only have one religion:
Do we?
gaming.
Jedi?
video games.
Okay, Jedi.
Okay.
Yeah.
We went for different angles. Okay.
I know.
We go
Or
for
like,
the video games.
all us three like, saying different stuff. It's all right.
So first we had the holiest event, and now will be the brainiest event. So we have Nolan Arbour, who was in January the first person to receive a computer chip implant by a company called Neuralink.
Oh, yes.
Yes, and it allows him to play games such as online chess and also Civilization 6 by controlling a mouse cursor, basically with his mind, due to a swimming accident that he's had, rendering him paralyzed.
Right, okay. And the chip helps him to.
Yes, it literally is able to have him control the mouse cursor, yeah, and I believe by all accounts pretty well as well. Not
Okay.
perfectly. He does say there's been a few issues, but all in all, it's supposed to work very well. He's even been able to beat other human players at the very least, just to give you an idea of like, I don't know if it's like, is he just as good as someone who maybe has control of both hands? Or does he have an advantage, or is it like the same? Like, I don't know how that works exactly, what level, who knows? But yes, he can definitely beat some humans at the very least. So you would think that must be pretty well, right? To control with your mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. Super interesting. Over 1,000 people actually had shown their interest in joining the trial. Just to give you an idea of like how popular this was. So like I can safely say this is definitely like a success for humanity as a whole to be able to do this. If you think about it, that is a pretty big step. Let's be fair here. How far are we away now from jacking into the Matrix, I wonder?
I mean, it's a very interesting thought, to be fair, because we also had the lady from last year as well, didn't we? Who also had a chip.
Oh, yeah,
no,
this
she
was very
using the
similar.
Terry
extra-
Coriel. Yeah, that's
That's the
true.
one. Yeah.
What was she playing again, Gabby?
Oh, she played a lot actually, including Elden Ring.
Elden
Yeah,
Ring
that's
was the one that was
right.
crazy.
Yes.
I remember she was also playing online against people, wasn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's some other little things that have also happened through the year as well. Did you guys hear about or play Palworld when that came out?
No, I haven't played
Right.
Power
No,
World,
we
no.
haven't
Yeah.
played that. Yeah.
We followed like the story a whole lot because eventually Nintendo also decided, maybe we do want to actually go a little bit legal on this.
Yeah, because it took ages at the beginning of the year. I think everyone assumed they'd get sued because it was so, obviously Pokemon-esque.
I mean, we're talking about Nintendo here. Come on. Yeah.
I'm not entirely sure anymore, so ignore this if this is wrong, player one, but I'm pretty sure that it was the thing that set them off was that people started modding Pokemon into the game.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
really?
also one of the
right,
reasons.
that was
Yeah,
one
yeah.
of the things that kicked them
I
off.
believe
remember,
at least that was mentioned at some point, that might be a reason. Which,
Yeah.
fair enough, that is quite a reason.
I mean, it's a big enough reason, yeah. From what I understand from the lawsuit currently, is that it's focused on the ball mechanic of throwing and catching something in a ball specifically.
I wonder if they'll try and go from it from this angle. This might confuse certain of our audience because we feel like this might tarnish the Pokemon brand because we don't actually have guns. But, the 3-year-olds might confuse the situation, which I don't think they would. They are experts more than we are.
I think a 3-year-old probably does know more about Pokemon than we do.
I guarantee you. 5-year-old me knew way more about Pokemon than I do
For
now.
sure, yeah.
Like,
I've only played Red, the original Pokemon. That's the only Pokemon game I've
I
ever
could have told you every single name of the first gen back then, I'm pretty sure.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
So, I mean, at first, Nintendo already realized that they're quite similar, right? Do you have any example like how similar or like which ones are similar?
Yeah, so a lot of them, you have the aesthetic style of Pokemon, and then you have a few that either look similar or function similarly. So,
Right.
like Fox Sparks, for example, he's like Charmander.
So it's the fox now, basically.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's just a bit more of a fox, but it's still a little fire guy.
Okay.
Understand.
Okay.
I see.
Okay.
Just like Chow Chow is our little Growlithe, I believe.
No, he's Snorlax.
Yeah, he's definitely a
God,
Snorlax.
yeah, he's
Well, he
definitely
sounds like a Snorlax.
Yeah, he does. He does proper snore. Bless him.
Oh, by the way, did you guys watch the Game Awards on the 12th or 13th of December? You know what? I don't even know because we're on the next day in the UK.
I think it was the 14th technically at midnight in the morning.
This is a rhetorical question because, I mean, we took off work on Friday just so me and you can watch it together.
Oh, that's true, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
watch it
So
live.
we definitely watched it.
Okay.
What about
it's
you, Brad?
I
You've seen it.
also did, for the first time ever, watch a Game Awards.
Nice.
I normally just get a little recap afterwards.
What did
but
you think
I
about
watched
it?
the whole one this time. Really good, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, that's nice. I never watched E3, so now to at least watch the Video Game Awards, now that I have the time. Well, I don't have the time. I have to take off work because, I'm a sensible person. 3.5 hours long. That's really long.
It is very long.
Come on, you guys. Chop, chop.
And for us in the UK, it started at 12:30 at midnight ish.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it was quite tough.
I
to...
can't believe you guys watched it live.
It
Yeah,
was
of
I
course.
fun,
can't
though.
believe it. That's so. I couldn't do it. I was in bed by like 9 p.m.
We had a gaming history club. If we're not going to do it, who is going to do it? Come on.
True.
Actually, many people did it.
Yeah, of course, many people did it. Yeah.
You know what, though? There was a lot to talk about the Game Award, right? But I think before we talk about all of the, best game or, all of the winning games, what do you think about the focus on developers and layoffs and stuff?
Yeah, well, because that came up quite a few times for a few different people, didn't it? Like we had it mentioned in some of the speeches, specifically talking about the developers and how difficult a time they've had, and referencing the layoffs and stuff from earlier
Yeah.
in the year.
Yeah, it's actually really sad, isn't it? Apparently, I looked around about this. 2024 saw more than 14,000 game industry layoffs.
Wow,
I think like that's massive. Though.
so high.
That's
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah, I'm glad they mentioned the layoffs, that they acknowledged them, that they say what they want to say about it. Because I mean, obviously it's way better they mention it than what's the alternative? Well, they
Just
don't
stay
mention
quiet.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so obviously, yeah, because there has been like crazy amount of layoffs. Yeah, I do remember one guy that they actually gave a shout out to because he actually helped a lot of them through the recruitment process when there were so many layoffs. Yeah, and
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
the Game Changer Award winner, the
That's
first
right.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The first one ever.
that's true, which is really special. I mean, it's already special anyway because that's like the 10th anniversary of the Game Awards, so that was quite a big event in general. And I think with Amir Satvat joining as well, I feel like that's really nice. Like his speech was so touching as well.
Yeah, really heartwarming. Yeah.
in general, I think it was like very, very cool. Like, because I'm just like you, but I don't usually look at these things, if I'm
Yeah.
being quite honest with you. But I felt like, of course, we have to. This is so close to when we record what happened as well. Watching it live is obviously, the best way to soak in the, the event.
I'll do it next
Come on.
year. Point taken.
You have to stay at our place
I'm
next
gonna.
year.
Yeah, we can
Yeah.
all watch it together.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
That-
Are you
be-
sure?
that'll be a good
Because
one.
I mean,
Lots of
like,
energy drinks. Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, if Snoop Dogg is there next year, wouldn't you want to come?
That's true. Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, like didn't expect him to
It
be
was
there.
a strange addition. Yeah, it was a very strange him being there. But he has a game company with his son. I
Yeah,
actually can't
that's
remember what
true.
it's called.
He was also in Fortnite, isn't he? Actually.
He is. You're
Yeah, yeah.
right. Yes. Yeah.
It's crazy to watch someone in like a venue full of people who enjoy video games to be Snoop Dogg with like 100% confidence.
Yeah, that's true.
It was a weird mixture of
It
people.
was a very big contradiction. Yes. Yeah.
I loved it. It was amazing.
It was really great. Yeah.
Oh, by the way, about Amir Satvat, who helped a lot of people. Do you know, like, he helped about like 3,000 people or something? It was mentioned.
Yeah, I couldn't remember the exact figure, but yeah, I mean that's a heck of a lot of people.
Yeah, but why do you think the layoff just happened so massively this year? You think is it because of AAA games just getting too expensive to make? It's not sustainable anymore.
I'm not
Personally-
sure because I mean, even with all the extra layoffs, they still put the price of the games up and stuff as well. Don't
I know,
they?
right? Oh my god.
Maybe it's AI taking over everyone's job now, but no, I don't know. I mean, that could just be a conspiracy.
I don't know if
theorist.
AI is quite there. if I'm
maybe
being
not,
honest.
yeah.
I don't think we're not quite at the
Probably
point
not.
of AI building a game for us.
What makes me bring my conspiracy theorist out here is because there's actually so many cool games planned for 2025, right? I mean, there's so many, like, what is Intergalactic, the Heretic Prophet? What is that? Woohoo! Sign me up right now.
Yeah, very interesting.
Also, very sadly, of course, I mean, sadly one is not sadly, but like you two know how much I get annoyed by this next one.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, I know which
Which announcement was I particularly like very
arms.
Well, I know
about-
the answer. Do you want me to spell it out?
Yeah, please do. Okay, player one. What do you think it was?
The Last of Us Part 2 remaster.
Yeah, another Last of Us remake. Crazy.
How do you make
It's
two
like the
games?
fourth or fifth across 2 games.
How do you make two games and then you decide to remake the first one? And then you remake the second one? Like, are you kidding me? Like, what's happening here?
What I think is going to happen is we're going to have every other year from now. We're just going to keep getting the same. two
What if
Last
they
of Us games
remake
remakes.
part one again now for like...
Yeah, it would be quite funny. It would make for a great chat on the podcast.
What
that's
happened?
What I'll say.
What happened to the script writer? Like, is he okay?
I can't think of how to do the third game, so we're just going to do the second one again
Because people will buy it
because
anyway.
people will buy it full prices again. Just full price it. It's
But
fine.
that's probably why, isn't it? People know, like, people don't want to make any chance with creating a game that people might not like, so they play it safe.
I think, yeah, we've seen so many games that have failed. I mean, we literally just mentioned Concord before. Games can just fall apart regardless
Exactly.
of how much money's been put in.
Well, they're doing something wrong here because, like, you know what? It doesn't matter if you're a big company like Bethesda. Starfield might just be average or average good. It can happen to you. But getting me excited about Intergalactic, the Heretic Prophet,
Yeah.
that is no easy feat. And I'm impressed and I
Yeah.
can't wait.
Yes, yeah. I mean, I think something that like goes into this really nicely is just the kind of speeches we heard from some of the developers when they were talking about games. I mean, Astrobot, for example, They won the Game of the Year. Incredible. And Nicolas Duquette, I think it's pronounced, he had like this really great speech about the games that had impacted him and like how much passion went into making the game.
That's true. Yeah.
And
yeah.
so I think that, you know, as long as we have people like that in the industry making games, we shouldn't worry too much about them. You know, the company shouldn't be concerned about them not making money.
They made me feel very like empathetic at that TV show. TV show? No,
Award show.
award show. Thank you. Yeah, just because like like you give your speech, real touching, real great. Everyone gives you like a lot of applause, and then you like try and figure out where do I go now? Like where do I walk off stage to? People seem to
Yes.
struggle a little bit with that this year.
You
I
have
know,
to get
I
that
know.
guy out. The guy pointing everyone, it's this direction, please. The same direction everyone else went in. That's the way.
Yeah, of course they mentioned the environment a little bit, which I don't know if I ever hear the video industry talk a whole lot about that. But you know what? Like, I think this is like everything about like the award show now and what's going to happen in 2025. But this is about what happened in 2024. What else happened in 2024? I already talked about my first favorite moment, but you know what my second favorite moment was?
Go on.
It was obviously the Accessibility Choice Award, going to Prince of Persia, Sands of Time, because that will forever be our favorite category, I believe, in any video game award. I believe very firmly that like it's so easy to make games accessible to like so many more people easily. Like there's many small things you can do as long as you set your mind to like doing it at the start of the development period. It is super easy to build some of these things, and just like colors, for example, for like the colorblind, that is one of them. For example, when you boot up the game, that the very first page that you get is the accessibilities page. That helps so many people. You have absolutely no
course,
idea.
yeah.
And this is what I remembered from when we did the one of our episodes. Probably one of my favorites still. And that's why Prince of Persia, Sons of Time, yes, thank you. Yeah, that's one of my other like favorite video game award moments.
Well, I like the fact that Balatro actually won 3
Oh, I
awards.
forgot about
We
Balatro.
love
One
Balatro.
person developer won 3 awards.
What does
I
it
feel like
mean?
that's really
Incredible.
cool.
That like in the same category you have things like I believe Black Myth Wukong and Balatro
Yes.
were like in the same category.
I know. Oh, wait, no, with
the same
Elden Ring actually.
Yeah.
yeah.
I saw a meme with everyone crowding round a table
Yeah.
and there was just a guy on his phone. That's Balatro.
That just gives you an idea of like how good this game is. Is this the best thing on a smartphone since like Angry Birds?
It's definitely-
It might be.
Yeah.
Okay,
You
okay,
know.
and that's not even a smartphone game. Remember, it first
It
came
came
Oh
from
my
Steam.
god!
Steam.
I know.
And then
This
it
is
got
why it's so
popular.
good.
Yeah.
To be fair, probably because it's not a smartphone game, but you can play it on the smartphone perfectly.
It plays amazing. We love
Yeah.
Balatro. We've been playing loads of it.
Yeah, I will
Messaging
never
about it in
get
our
rid of
group.
it.
Yeah.
Is this the reason why you got Apple One, Brad? I don't even remember.
It was.
It was.
It was.
Yes, I did. You're right. I played for Apple One to get Balatro, so I didn't have to pay for it.
And that says it all, Player One.
So we talk about the developer layoff a lot as
Yeah.
well, right? There's not only developer layoff that's bad, that's coming from 2024. There's also developer or gaming studio scandal that's happening.
Oh, give us the scandal.
I know, right? You do love the gossips.
If we could play music right now, you know what I'd be playing.
Yeah.
So scandalous.
Okay. I thought it's gonna be like a more spooky song, but okay, it's scandalous. Cool. Okay, but yeah, it's none other than the Brandoville Studios actually. That's based in Indonesia, my
Of
country.
everywhere it could have been.
I know, right? It just really highlights serious allegations of workplace abuse and exploitation.
No.
I know, right? Actually, you know what? I've never heard about this Brandoville before, but they work on a lot of crazy cool games like The Last of Us Part 1 and also Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. They work on that.
So they have worked on big games, so they're not like an unknown studio.
I make
No.
fun of the remasters. I wouldn't make fun of the developers, if you know what I mean.
Well, yeah, they're more of like the game studios that make the asset and stuff like that. More
Of
like an
course, that is still a
outsource,
big
yeah.
part of development, though.
100%.
Right, so these are not people you would like call amateurs by far, right? This big
Oh, no.
development, right?
But yeah, they closed unexpectedly in August 2024, and afterwards, former employees began sharing accounts of toxic work conditions. Many centered around this woman called Cherry Lai. She's the wife of the CEO of Brandoville.
Okay.
So she was allegedly engaged in verbal abuse, threats, and manipulative practices. For example, she denied like sick leaves from the employee. also cutting salaries as form of punishment, and also
Wow.
requiring employees to work unpaid overtime, including late nights, weekends, and holidays. But yeah, perhaps the most shocking claim though involved an employee being ordered to slap herself 100 times and send proof of it via video.
Wow.
So she had to record herself doing
Yeah,
it
yeah,
as
yeah.
well.
Like she had to do like a selfie video thing, slapping her face. Like the chat, literally the screenshot of the chat are available online if you're looking for
That
it.
is
okay.
chilling. I don't know if I can watch snuff movies
Yeah.
like that, to
Okay,
be honest with
you can't watch it, it's a screenshot. But anyway, it's like terrible when you like read that. It's
Yeah.
just really, really bad. So
It makes you break
Yeah.
your heart that people like this can get away with what happened 2024. That's what we're talking
It's
about.
so recent as well, yeah, and we've
How
been
dare
having
they?
these.
yeah, and I guess this is really like one of the examples of the crunch culture in Southeast Asia. It just makes you question how good is the practice of like outsourcing. You get like these people to work hard in the studio, getting paid probably about like 300, 400, 500 pounds sterling per month.
So already getting paid significantly less.
Yes.
And then they've got to work unpaid and having their pay cut as a punishment.
Yep.
And slapping themselves as a punishment.
That's also a very bad punishment, you're right.
Yeah, and I guess this is really what I'm looking forward to in 2025, which is a better practice from gaming companies to people who make games. Like appreciate creativity and workforces a lot more. Stop the layoffs, and especially like D-Day layoffs. That's like the worst. Like you know it today, and you're actually getting laid off today, which happened a lot.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, with the stories of people, helping to get each other get jobs and stuff, and it's had so much, there's been so much talk about it.
Yes.
Hopefully, going forwards, we'll see, a change in that from the actual games companies.
To bring it back on a positive note, there's a lot of fun things actually coming up though in 2025 as well. It's not all, hell
Sad.
on earth. It's also, Assassin's Creed, for example. Believe
Of
that's still coming
course.
out in 2025.
It's, yes, because
Well-
it got moved,
Yeah,
didn't it? They
scheduled to
pushed
be.
it back.
Player
But
one,
yeah.
touch some wood for us. We can't do it. It's going to interfere with the radio recording, the podcast recording. I'm not touching wood. Player one, please touch wood because I don't want to jinx it. Please still come out in 2025 Assassin's
Yes,
Creed. That would be nice. But not just that, of course. There's a new Elden Ring DLC that's been announced.
I
That's
saw
not
that
DLC.
as well.
No, it's a completely different game.
They
actually?
made it very clear. It's
Ah,
a
okay.
standalone
My bad.
game.
He
yeah.
did say that actually, yes.
Ah,
you're
okay.
right.
It's an Elden Ring Night Rain multiplayer co-op game. So yeah, it will be really fun
Hey,
actually.
more Elden Ring. I mean, you guys played loads of Elden Ring.
Yeah, we
I know you've
did.
loved
But I think we're not going to be helpful for other players, or we're going to be a good competitor to play. So
Ah,
I
of course,
don't-
because you cheated. Moving on to some other games
I
that
mean,
I'm
we didn't
also...
cheat. We didn't cheat. We did not cheat. I mean, we did have to we deleted the game, so we had to but I saved my character, right? But we had to somehow manage to get our character back into the game to play the DLC when it came out, right?
Oh, of course.
Yeah. It was interesting that a DLC was actually a contender for some of the Game of the Year awards
saw.
because it is a DLC. Should that be in there or not? But
Questionable.
let's not get into that right now. Perhaps we should dig into that in an episode in 2025. What else are we looking forward to, guys? 2025.
Witcher 4.
Witcher 4, yeah.
Don't you love Ciri as like the
a
protagonist?
great protagonist to take over for
yeah.
sure.
She looked badass though on the
It
trailer.
looks really good. I mean, I'm always a bit skeptical, I will say, with a cinematic trailer.
Mm-hmm.
But I think with CD Projekt Red and, coming out with another Witcher game,
We can
I'm
trust
very
them.
excited. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd rather have Cyberpunk 2027 number 2. 2027?
2027.
No, we'll just go with
That's like-
2027.
That's 200 years away.
We'll just
Yeah.
go with 2027.
I think that's fair. Yeah, go straight in the future.
Nice. But I came up with a CD Projekt Red. Just letting you know.
That's his game.
And Obsidian, they just take games and then they make another game on the back of it. Like, hey, Fallout 3, how about we make New Vegas? Well, Outer Worlds, how about we make Outer Worlds 2?
Outer Worlds 2, that trailer was incredible.
So funny.
That was a really funny
That
trailer.
was really funny. Yeah. Do you think it will be better than Fallout New Vegas?
Difficult. It's Fallout. Come on. You're gonna have to try
Fallout's hard
hard
to beat.
to make something
But it's
better
like
than
years
Fallout.
later, though.
I know.
Yeah.
True. Another game, Ghosts of Yotei, which is another sequel
Yes.
from Ghosts of Tsushima. Very exciting.
Ghost of Tsushima does deserve a sequel. It's very
For
good.
sure.
One of the nicest games to look at that's come out in a very long time.
Well, that came out right at the end of the PS4's life,
Yeah,
didn't it?
true.
I
And it was
remember.
Incredible. I think one that used to don't play, which is Civilization. Civilization 7 is coming out next year,
Yeah.
which I'm very personally excited for. I love the Civilization
It
games.
looks good, though.
It looks very good.
Yeah.
Listen, I have Gaming History Club. I can't play strategy games anymore. Who has the time for that, brothers?
Didn't you play Frostpunk 2?
I
We
mean,
did.
earlier this year?
We did,
I tried
yeah.
briefly, but let me tell you, if a game is hard enough that like I don't pass the tutorial the first attempt, I am seriously going to consider if I have the time to play this, because
That's fair.
it's on me. I'm simply just not intelligent enough anymore to like try a strategy game that's so different and so new. Like from what I know, like this is different than like
Yeah.
I'm used to like Age of Empires 2 and Command and Conquer and like strategy games like that. But like Frostpunk is like different. I loved Frostpunk, but I'm sadly not intelligent enough to play that one.
It was a very enjoyable one full day playing Frostpunk. to
One
be
full
honest.
day,
Yeah,
wow.
yeah.
It was
Great.
nice. It was nice.
Yeah.
I also played a little bit of Civilization back in the day. But yeah, who has the time? Who has the time?
It's still long.
I want to bring up, of course, a new Virtua Fighter.
Oh, of course.
Another
yes.
of you, Suzuki, eh?
Very exciting. I know Tekken 8 won one of the awards as well, since we're talking about fighting games.
Yeah. So yeah, at least we definitely look forward for Virtua Fighter as well.
I can't wait, let me tell you. I cannot wait.
Actually, I can't wait for Catley.
Which one was Catley?
Another cat game. Definitely doesn't look like Stray though.
Oh,
Do you remember?
yes,
It was
I
on
do
the Game Award
remember.
as well.
Yes.
Very cute cats.
It looks
definitely.
very cute, but very strange. I couldn't quite tell what kind of game it was going to be, so
I know
I'm
it's
interested.
like cutesy
Very
game,
cutesy,
isn't it?
yes.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I definitely always welcome cat themed games. So yeah.
Another one was Solasta 2.
Oh yeah.
That was a turn-based game. You guys know I've been on my turn-based
You
thing
love
this year.
your turn-based
Lots
this
of
year.
Baldur's Gate.
A lot of
Pathfinder
Baldur's Gate.
2.
It was hard to get in touch with you sometimes.
It was, yes, because I was very busy
With Baldur's Gate.
with Baldur's Gate. Yes, yeah.
As long as it's a good reason, I don't really care, brothers. Hey, if you're playing Baldur's Gate 3, I can't stop you.
What an incredible game. And yeah, Solasta 2, I'm excited. It's not one I've heard of before. Didn't play the first one, so that'll be interesting to see.
So, Player One, we hope you enjoyed What Happened 2024 edition. We hope you will be back, Player One, for What Happened in 2025. We hope you will also be back, brothers.
Oh, for next year's, does this mean I get the job?
You will, depends. Are you happy with like a 0-hour contract?
Oh, sure.
There won't be 0 hours, let me tell you, but
Oh.
that's a contract you'll be getting, let
That's
me
the
tell you.
contract I get. Okay, yeah, that's fine. That's
Sweet.
okay. I'm in for it.
I can pay you in like retro games, yeah?
Oh, nice.
Sweet.
Yes.
Cool. Thank you for joining us, brothers.
Well, Player One, what about you? What's your favorite moment in 2024, or what you looking forward the most in 2025? Is it Switch 2? Probably. Yeah, that'll be a good one, isn't it? But yeah, do let us know by dropping us a message on our website, gaminghistory.club. New episodes of Gaming History Club are released every other Wednesday, so make sure you subscribe and follow us on our social media. We're on Instagram and Facebook as Gaming History Club.
Come back in a couple of weeks, Player One. Of course, Merry Christmas, and don't worry, if you need a hangover cure, Gaming History Club is going to be right here on the 1st of January. See ya.